A group of businesses, religious leaders, and Winston-Salem community members have come together to make the dream of home ownership a reality for those who need it most.
Fox 8's Jordan Brown shows us how this effort started with the Moravian Church working to right wrongs from the past.
These 4 brand new homes in the Ardmore neighborhood of Winston-Salem will soon be owned by people who never thought homeownership was in the cards for them.
They'll purchase a home at a price that is significantly less than what it's valued at, and they will be able to, over time, retain that full value.
This unique process is made possible by the Winston-Salem Equitable Homeownership Project. It's a group made up of people, nonprofits, and businesses in Winston-Salem with the resources and contacts to help people in marginalized communities have a fair chance at homeownership.
So there's just a long and kind of continuous history with obstacles for persons of color becoming homeowners. And so as we look at the last 100 years and the experience of black folks in Winston-Salem in particular here, we have to include familiar terms like redlining and the way that communities were given value based on who was expected to live there based on their race. We see the barriers to purchasing homes that came as a result of that.
Russell May is a Moravian Church pastor and says a major part of the church's role in this project now has a direct tie to the church's troubled history with Winston-Salem's black descendants.
The Moravian Church in this particular project is functioning as the developer and taking on a lot of the financial risk and things like that with the project because of a history in this community of having displaced or at least been passive in the displacement of persons from historically black neighborhoods and these days perpetuating marginalization in historically marginalized communities.
Though the Moravian Church is taking on most of the financial responsibility, this truly is a group effort. The homes are built by Fine Line Homes. The Institute for Dismantling Racism is helping with the public messaging.
This is not just a one-off. This is not just putting up a couple of houses that a church denomination decided to essentially donate or provide some philanthropic support for, but this is part of a wider effort and aligned with a wider effort to shift the conversation and transform the way that we approach the issue of affordable housing.
And the real estate perspective and guidance through the buying process is facilitated by Hawkins Real Estate Group, with Alonda Hawkins leading the charge.
It's disheartening, right, to hear of so many stories. There's been so many people who've sat in my office who have such a desire and they are working so hard, like they're following all the rules that culturally we tell them they're supposed to follow, and there's still such a lack of opportunity.
According to the U.S. Census Bureau, in Winston-Salem, the black homeownership rate is 38.2% compared to white homeownership at 75.1%. This is due to a number of reasons, including systemic racism, discriminatory practices like redlining, and urban renewal.
We've seen how the history of urban revitalization and urban renewal. We know here in Winston, for example, how that decimated the Happy Hills community.
Specifically for people of color, outside of just the historical disadvantages that a lot of us have faced, I've seen folks get unfair treatment when it comes to lending. Some of my clients who are homeowners, I've seen them experience unfair treatment when it came to the valuation of their homes.
Most of the people involved in this are giving their time and energy and getting nothing in return. But they say the goal is not recognition or compensation, but taking steps to even the playing field once and for all.
It literally changes legacies. It changes generations.
In Winston-Salem, Jordan Brown, Fox 8 News.
The plan is to build more homes so that more families can benefit from the program. There are some requirements in order to qualify. We have more information in this story on our website under the Spotlight tab, and then click on Black and White.